Hey. Hey. He's all excited because I'm sitting down. It's a good place to snuggle. It's snuggle time. Okay. Welcome, friends. It's Paddy's Day. It's the 17th of March, 2021. And you're very welcome to Wild Cottage in Ireland. I'm Susan. This is Shep. He's a retired sheepdog. And I live here with my partner Tom and our other dog Mimi in the hills of County Clare in the west of Ireland. This is not a regular episode today. I just thought I'd do a little special for St. Patrick's Day, showing you some of the Irish yarns that I have that are green. Just for fun. And I'm also going to show you, because I'm going to be balling it up soon, and I'm going to show you the yarns that I got for the Spring Intentions cowl with heather and hops. And so I'll show you that at the end as well. So I'm just going to show you some from different Irish dyers and Irish mills. And I just thought maybe you'd be interested. So we'll start off with one that you probably know. So up in County Donnie Gall, there's the Donnie Gall Woolen Mills and the Donnie Gall Wool Spinning Company. Studio Donnie Gall is the little shop up there, you know it, and the mill is there as well. And I know they try to get and use as much good quality Irish wool as they can, but it is a mix from around the world. So usually their products are just going to say 100% wool because it's a mix. And this is a really lovely, it's a DK, beautiful. Yeah, because it's 200 meters in here, and it is a 2-ply, and it doesn't have a name, but it's shade number B3657, and this beautiful, beautiful spring green. This is all just for St. Patrick's Day to give you a fix of the green. Again, from another Irish mill that uses Irish wool. And again, sometimes they mix it with other things. But if you had watched, might have been podcast 5 or 6, I was talking about Cushendale Woolen Mills. Now, it's going to show up on the camera more blue, but it's actually like a teal green. And they use, for their DK, they use Galway, the Galway breed sheep, which is one of Ireland's very last traditional breeds of sheep. And they use that as much as they can, and they mix it in with others. Because the reason I'm guessing that is because though on their website they tell you about the Galway, when you actually get, or this batch anyway, just says 100% pure new wool. So I'm imagining that they have a mix in there. But it could all be the Galway, I don't know. But this is Irish Spun, and if you saw that podcast episode, this is in the little town, the little village of Gregnamana in County Kilkenny, this mill. There's been a mill there on and off since the 1200s with the monks, and so it's really special. So this is Spun right there, and I have this set because I'm going to make the pressed flower shawl by Amy Christoffers. So they were having a sale, and it's finished today, so I won't tell you about it. I told you about it on the other podcast, so I don't know if anyone took advantage of that sale, but if you did, let me know. So it's not quite the green and orange and the white of the Irish flag, but sort of. Okay, now I have some fiber as well. I've got from Dye Candy, and she's an indie dyer up in the north, up in Northern Ireland, and this is one of her, and she uses a lot of very, very vibrant colors. And this is her 23 micron merino braid for spinning or felting, and this one's called Global Conspiracy. And of course I'm showing you because there's some green. Just thought that was fun. Also from up north, I wanted to show you some lovely green yarns that I just got in from Giddy Aunt Yarns. And they are doing a Narnia colorway club. They started last month, so this just came. You can order 1 skein or 2 skeins, and it comes with a special Narnia tee. And I went for broke and I got all the things. And these are the colorways. So if you don't know, C.S. Lewis, who wrote the Chronicles of Narnia, was from Belfast. So I believe they're 2 sisters. I believe they're in Belfast as well. And so yeah, I mean, as much as just anyone loves Narnia, it seems extra special because they're dying in C.S. Lewis's home turf. And this one is Jadis, which is, you know, she was the ice queen, the snow queen. I'm having a brain fart. That's what the white witch. No, anyways, the white witch. I'll have to reread it. I actually got all the books recently, so I'm starting to reread. I started with the Magician's Nephew. So that's Jadis there. She starts off being the baddie in the Magician's Nephew, and then you find out about the lamppost and how it got to be in Narnia. And this colorway is called Lamppost. And they're both kind of, I mean, there's sort of, I'm probably pushing the boat out. There are some greens tones in them, but they're more bluey green. But I just wanted to show you that because, you know, we're celebrating St. Patrick's Day and it's all things Irish and, yeah, Narnia, C.S. Lewis. And their other yarn that I got from them is not part of the Narnia colorway, but they were having a little sale with some items, sort of one of the kind or end of stock. And I got this one, which definitely has greens. But again, I think a lot of these greens are showing a bit more blue. And this is a silk mohair. So it's mostly silk. So it's 69% silk, 22% kid mohair, and then 9% polyamide. And it's 350 meters on the 100 grams. And this colorway is called, I think it's Marrow, and it's a 4-ply. So that's really soft. And I think they're getting ready to update for the new month's colorways for Narnia, and you can get different bases. And I got the merino and silk because I figured, I don't know, I'm on a merino and silk kick at the minute, or a really silky. So that's another two Irish dyers up in the north. And then I'll show you this as well. So this isn't exactly green. I ordered this yarn because what I'm actually trying to do is I'm trying to sample the yarns from as many Irish indie dyers as possible. And yeah, because I want to know what they're doing. And I want to share it with you because I think that's kind of fun and it could be nice and maybe they'll get some extra sales. But just spreading the word really, and just, yeah, an excuse to buy yarn maybe. So this is the first time I've ordered from this dyer, and she's on Etsy, and her name is Alma, and her name on Etsy is Kokora, C-O-R-C-R-A. Not even pronouncing it properly. Look at the lovely paper she sent it in. Isn't that beautiful? And there's green in the paper. It's got sort of a light turquoisey. So turquoisey is kind of a blue-green. So I got her 4-ply silky merino, 60% merino, 40% silk, 240 meters and excuse me, 400 and 100 grams, sorry. And this is called Lilac Mist. So I hope that's showing up. It's super beautiful. I can't really see because of the glare on the camera. The fade, the blend of the colors is really exquisite. So I'm super impressed. And she sent me a lovely note, and she watches the podcast. Oh, hi Alma. That's so exciting. And she sent 2 minis as well with that. Ooh, and aren't they lovely? Now this is probably looking, from what I can tell with the glare, a deeper, darker blue. The peachy one is a little bit more like what it is on the screen. I'm tempted to very bad and keep that one for myself. And then I'll put this one in the giveaway, or maybe I will overcome my greed. I should overcome my greed and put them both in the giveaway because that'll be nice for you guys. Talk about all that later because we're concentrating now on Paddy's Day. And anyways, Alma is up in County Sligo, I believe. If I'm wrong, I put that on the screen. So, and Sligo is such a beautiful county. Oh my goodness. And that's Yeats country as well. W.B. Yeats, the poet. And then we have Shawnette Yarns, and she dyes right here in County Clare in the Burren. Shawnette means fox, that's an Irish word. And this is her, and she dyes with natural dyes. And this is dandelion, chlorophyll, and red onion. And it's a 75% merino, 20% nylon, 5% sparkly lurex. And they're 20-gram minis. So they're so lovely, and I actually got these 2 years ago. So I started buying some yarns. I was only, you know, dabbling my toe into knitting, and I hadn't really knit yet. But there was a lovely open day back, do you remember when we used to go do things and things were open, at Craiganawan Castle, and they invited us all in, us spinners and dyers, and you know, and we came in a big group, and we spun, and people that were dyeing yarns sold their wares, and yeah, and so this was, no, I'm telling you a big dirty lie. I bought a little minis from Your Wool. It's YURWOOL, and she also naturally dyes. I bought hers there at that day, and I bought these from Sophie at the West Cork Yarn Festival. And yeah, and so, and I can't remember the given name for the gal that does the Your Wool, but they're selling them now at Irish Fibre Crafters. And there's a couple skeins, there's a couple mini skein sets, which is really lovely. So you could check those out. And I also have another mini skein set from Eve Chambers Textiles, and she dyes down in County Cork. And I got this, she's on Etsy as well. And this is, the colorway is Long Grass, and it's a BFL 4-ply and 20 gram minis. 240 meters total. Look at those beautiful colors. I hope that's showing up. It looks a bit washed out, but and they look maybe a bit more yellowy than they are. Anyhow, yeah, so that's really fun. And actually, I don't have plans for most of these yarns at the minute. The kokora yarns, I have a plan. Oh, so I'm going to say this on the regular podcast as well, but if you have an idea, I was thinking that 2 of these might make a really lovely little sort of tank top. If you know of a nice pattern, so it would be 840 meters altogether. I think a tank top would do that for me. I'm not sure. I mean, that would be enough for a tank top. I'm about a size 36 bust, 37 bust. Anyway, but if you know of any patterns that are suitable for a beginner garment knitter, do let me know in the comments below. And I have, oh, another one from Eve Chambers, which I've used already, but I just had to show this color. This is a mohair silk. Look, oh my goodness. I hope that's showing. That looks like it's maybe showing. It's really vibrant. Maybe it looks better back here. So this colorway is Weed. Yeah, so that might be fun paired with this set. Could do a lovely cow. Anyhow, I have one last one that I have just, I mean, there are a lot more Irish dyers than this, but this is what I have that have green colorways at the minute. And this is Babbles yarn. And you probably all know Grace if you watch knitting podcasts. She lives in County Limerick. And again, I got this through Irish Fibre Crafters because that's where she has some yarn listed. I don't think she has any left on her Etsy shop. So if you want some Babbles yarns, some of them are up. I'm not sure if all of them are up on the website of irishfibrecrafters.com. But again, you can just use the contact form on the email, or Sandra's on the Twitter and the Twitter and the Instagram, and you can send her a message there too, as well as emailing if you want to ask about what colorways there are. So this is Rhubarb, and it's in her Delicious DK, and it's about 200 meters, and it's a New Zealand virgin wool, and it's a superwash and 25% nylon. It's absolutely lovely blend of colors. So those are just some green yarns from Ireland for you guys to enjoy. I want to show you before I wind them all up. Well, I ball them up, I don't have a winder. The yarns I was talking about that I'm going to use for the Spring Intentions cow. And these actually are not Irish yarns, but I thought I would like to show you anyhow. I'm going to use, so you need 6 of the smaller colorways for the pattern. And I had gotten from Fairy Realm Fairy Realm Yarns over in the UK, and she's on Etsy. And before Brexit, I used to buy a lot of things from her, but now it just makes it tricky buying from there. So I'm sure I'll buy from her again. But at the minute, the ones I have from her are really precious. And this is her Fading Rainbow set. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? Super lovely. So I'm going to pair that with, and I had mentioned this on the podcast, all right. I have 2 skeins left of the Cascade 220, and this is, oh, it smells sheepy. It's just the Peruvian Highland wool, not superwash. Hooray. That's my favorite when it's not superwashed. Nicole, Fairy Realm Yarns, that's her card. And she came with a little rainbow stitch marker. I have no idea if that's focusing. So I'm excited to start that. Okay, so that was just my little Paddy's Day yarn selection. It's not as sunny today as it was supposed to be, but it's actually bright. It's only a thin layer of a cloud. It's not too windy. It's a little breezy, which is why I'm in the polytunnel, because it's very, you know, with the microphone, it goes. That's why I'm not outside proper by the stream. But usually on Paddy's Day, yeah, in the west of Ireland, usually Paddy's Day is not the most pleasant day weather-wise. So this is actually wonderful. Of course, we are still in lockdown in Ireland. So it's really nice that St. Patrick gave us a bit of nice dry weather, and it's mild. It's in like Fahrenheit, it's probably 55 or so outside. And it's warm enough, you know, in the polytunnel, I don't have to wear long sleeves. So that's a real bonus. We are probably going to have a dry Paddy's Day, completely dry, and in more ways than one. And we're gonna see. We're gonna try to do a little parade with the dogs for you guys. And we'll see. Okay, so have a great Paddy's Day. Okay, welcome to the Wild Cottage St. Patrick's Day Parade. We're here on Top Hill in County Clare, and we have Mimi, the Black Labrador, sporting some, well, they're all sporting knitwear, and we'll talk about that individually. Mr. Tom, Mr. Shep, and Ms. Mimi. Come on, bring them over here. Let's see what you're wearing. Mimi has already ruined her knitwear. She's put her paw in it. But this is hand knit by Susan Wild, out of beautiful green colorways for St. Patrick's Day. Now, Susan is also wearing some green for St. Patrick's Day, and Chef is wearing some beautiful hand spun yarns spun by Susan. The purple is Irish dyed by Grace of Babbles yarns, and then the green is actually from John Arvin Textile Mill over in the UK. Mr. Tom is wearing a hand knit item again by Miss Susan, out of different various yarns, but definitely different shades of green for St. Patrick's Day. There they go. So as you can see, Shep is a retired sheepdog, 100% genuine Irish Border Collie sheepdog, retired. Mimi is a Labrador mix. We guessed she came straight from the fairies. Yes, indeed, people, she came straight from the fairies. We found her in the woods as a puppy, very magically placed there, certainly by fairies, not by any stupid Egypt human that would have dumped her. Mr. Tom to Ireland from Canada many years ago, courtesy of his dad. His dad was 100% Irish, and Mr. Tom is 1/2 genuine Irish article. And he's actually wearing green wellies, his green scarf, a faded green hat, and his jumper, which unfortunately is not hand knit, is blue and green together. And Miss Susan has on genuine handmade here in Ireland slippers right here, perfect for the bog because they have a solid heel, made by Ms. Igatone, part of Irish Fiber Crafters. And look, it's nearly like a shamrock, green and orange, and pretend there's white for Paddy's Day, the Irish flag.